Waiting for the stream to catch up. Waiting for YouTube to catch up with the stream. There we go. And first, there's going to be ad. There we go. And make sure we have audio. Then I'll do the fabulous opening. We do. Alrighty. Live from Columbus, OH. Happy New Year, everybody. So glad to be back with you. Took yesterday off so I could watch the Ohio State Buckeyes dismantle the #1 undefeated team in the nation, the Oregon Ducks. But I'm back now. And hopefully they won't schedule any future playoff games during Ramsey time or Ramsey Aftershow time. But we are here. You're watching this on youtube.com/coachstevemoney. And for my financial content, just scroll past the Oak Island. If you're interested in Oak Island, you could certainly watch all of that stuff. But if not, if you just want to know the financial stuff, you just scroll past that. And there's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. I should get rid of the Dave there. It hasn't been the Dave Ramsey show for probably 4 years now, something like that. And if Sid is watching, maybe she can back me up on that. And the Answering Your Financial Questions playlist, and that one I'm not doing as much anymore. That's basically on hiatus while I can do an after show every day except when the college playoff gods schedule it during when I would normally do the show. And of course, the music playlist has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs in there. Like, That's What Gives Financial Peace. That's what gives financial peace. How does that start out? I see you stressed. I'm #blessed. You can get yourself out of this mess. Surprised I remembered that. Not today, dementia. Not today. All right. Market report. And of course, it's not scrolled up. That's my bad. I need an assistant to make sure all the stuff is ready to go for me. Market down. It's for the market so far this year. January, not starting the year off right. February, hopefully it'll be my little Valentine. That's called Calendar Girl. And who did that? Neil Sedaka. See, I can remember things. You know, granted, that kind of stuff I'm more likely to remember anyway because it's not important. I think that's how that works with me. The most down, the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, but still, if you look back over the past year, 30.5% up for the NASDAQ, and the S&P over the past year, 23.74. So you people that insist on just doing S&P 500, NASDAQ has been outperforming it, the S&P 500, for 15 years. Has won 12 out of the last 15 years. Alrighty, so what else do we want to... Let's see what the rest of the planet did. Everything up in the Europe, good for them. Asia, mostly down. The Nifty 50, that's in Asia, and they call it the Nifty 50. An Asian person probably didn't name that. So I don't know. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. I've never noticed it. Never like paid attention. I've seen the Nikkei before, and that's cool. And then of course the abbreviations here, the anagrams. I don't recall seeing Sensex either being one of the indexes for Asia, but Nifty 50, I will look into that and see where that got its name. I'm assuming an American did that. See what the US dollar is looking like. It's up against the euro, but down against the Japanese yen. It's up against the British pound, love. Bloody quid. It's up against the Canadian dollar, but the Australian dollar-mate is up against the US dollar. And we had a lovely Aussie caller today. And they're fun, and because I get to do the accents, that's why I like that. Because I'm into accents, I like that, and it's great for them because they put an A in the word no somehow. A lot of words they add an extra syllable. Why would you do that? Like it, for example, no, they put an A in there and it goes no. You see how it's like an A before it hits like no, no, but you don't do the A-O. It's just you slide into it. No, and okay, okay. Fun times, fun times. Let's see. Are we done with that? Futures. See what tomorrow's looking like. Down some more, but we'll see. We'll see how it's working out. Let's take a quick look. Not futures, regular. There we go. I just wanted to see like the last month what it's done. Okay, and there we go. Down, how much? 2.95% in the last month. For 6 months, it's up 6.53%. And again, in a year, you're looking for 10%, 10 to 12%. And so, as I said, last year was over 20% for the S&P 500, and so was the year before that. And again, both of those years, NASDAQ was more. Whoops, 5 years, there we go. Yeah, 30%. And it was about the same now. I think maybe a little bit under 30. I can't recall from 2 years ago. And I think that is all we have. Oh, are there any earnings reports coming? January 15th, JP Morgan and Chase and Company. That would be a financial institution. Most followed single stocks on the Google. Up is Alphabet, barely. The Amazon, the Meta, and Tesla doing big swings as always, down 6.08%. Let's check some news out. Seattle Waffle Shop owner shuts down business over new 20 plus minimum wage law. Okay. I've cried every day. Yeah, I mean, and this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Okay, also, see, this is Seattle. This is Seattle. So, at this waffle shop, guess what? It's already overpriced. It's already overpriced. And so, when they raise the minimum wage up too much, that means people can't be in business because it's no longer worth it for them to be in business. Because why? Because why would you do that if you're not making enough money? When you could just put the money that you are putting in the business, you could just sell all the assets the business has, close the business, and throw that money in the market, and then you would make money. And then you wouldn't be subject to any minimum wage law. So, but that's, and that's California's finding that out as well, because they did the exact same thing. So all your small businesses are going to go bye-bye, and only the big ones will be left. What else we got from Fox Business? And stop. Come on. Come on. Start playing so I can hit stop. There we go. Fox Business again today. And close. Mortgage rates kick off 2025 in the year 2025. It was 25 in that song. Though, Zager and Evans, I believe, is who did that. With an increase nearing 7%. Okay, and so that's not what everybody was saying all the financial bros and stuff was saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna go down for sure very soon," and the answer is no. No, it didn't. Oh, that's good news. The Dow Jones futures up at the moment, 0.01%, but hey, up is better than down for sure. Dogecoin, it's from, where is this from? I have no idea what this is from. Decrypt.com. And I guess the person that runs it is the Decrypt Keeper. All right. You guys might not know, be familiar with the Crypt Keeper. Some of you younger viewers. Dogecoin hero Elon Musk just crashed another meme coin. Here's how Elon Musk has called a Pepe-inspired meme coin to skyrocket, but he also made it plummet in just a day. And that's what these people do with these. So that's why you don't want to put your money into it if you do not buy or sell this crap at the right time. You're going to get screwed over. So the advice to invest in any virtual coin would be a nay. Yahoo Life. This is from Insider. I don't know if it's from Yahoo Life's Insider or if they pull this from like Business Insider. But this person says, "We're taking my family to 5 major steakhouse chains in the U.S. we enjoyed most, but one is best by a landslide." So they visited many major U.S. steakhouses with husband and 2 teenagers. So we got 4 adults basically eating. From a value standpoint, Outback Steakhouse, we got lots of food and wine, alrighty, for $165. Okay. The most memorable steakhouse was the Capitol Grill, where our extravagant meal cost nearly $500. And yes, it should. It should be memorable for $500. And that's fine. I paid $500 for a family meal one time. Let me try to remember how many people were there, though. It wasn't nearly as an expensive restaurant, but it was over $500, and I feel like I'm not gonna. It was about 12, maybe 12 to 14. I don't remember exactly which family members were there, but yeah. And that was awesome. That was awesome because I would always see my ex-wife's dad usually paid, and then one year I was in a situation I was able to do it, and I was like, I want to do it this time, and so I did it, and that was awesome. And that's about all we needed here. Capitol Grill, I think, is in DC. Let's find out. It is from Business Insider. The Capitol Grill upscale, yes. Is it in DC? Boom. Yep. Oh, fancy. Very fancy. Oh, they operate more than 60 restaurants in the U.S. Okay. We visited one of the Orlando locations. Okay. All right. All right. I thought it might be from the DC, but also it's not. So the Capitol, the O is the building, and it's the nation's. It is the nation's capital, and it's spelled like this. The Capitol building is with an O right there. Very, very getting into the weeds here today on the after show. And of course, I forgot to. Apologies. I'll get this. It's only been 450 shows, so I'll get it right one day. What up, Robert G from Virginia, my old stomping grounds. Suffolk, Norfolk, and Va Beach. Yeah, we don't pronounce the L. Oh, still trying to get down. Happy New Year, Robert G. This episode, of course, sponsored by Robert G. Tacky secret off. Let's see. We were about, I feel like 2 days ago. I was on like week 4 days ago, so now we should be 6. There's a lot of them, a lot of questions. There we go. We're getting in here somewhere. Options recommended. What debt payment method to use? I think we did this because, of course, that would be your debt snowball. Not on the same page. Job prospects question. DOD as an engineer. How to solve income problem. I feel like. Tell me some of your line items. Yeah, I don't feel like we didn't do any of those. Oh, that's right. And we need to be on day 6 probably. I'm an Everyday Millionaire did that one. Savings versus snowballing. And so that's a no, as our friends from Australia would say. So no, you don't do that. You pay off your debt versus having more savings. It does not. Well, let's use the Ramsey version of the baby steps. It's a save $1,000 for your start emergency fund in step 1. It does not say, oh, put more money in there so you grow that to a higher number. It does not say that. The next thing after the $1,000 is to pay off all debt, except the house, all non-mortgage debt, using that snowball method, that smallest to largest. So you're doing that. You don't skip ahead to other steps. Some people have tried to do all the steps at the same time, which is really dumb. I guess it didn't, they're supposed to be smart people, and I guess it didn't occur to them that that's going to make it take longer by you doing that. All right, and so here's where we ended here. Draft agitated. Okay, 8355. Teachers and millionaires claim baby step 7 teacher here. Not millionaire status, but getting close. Dave says that according to their study of millionaires, teachers are one of the groups who excel at becoming millionaires, right? This runs contrary to what most people think, right, is teachers don't make a lot of money. Right, and so the deal, before I read the rest of it, the deal, they make you, the school system makes them save for retirement. They do not have the option to not do that, and so that is why. Also, you can throw in the fact that teachers tend to be organized, etc., that kind of thing. Additionally, I remember from the book Millionaire Next Door, they had a section as well talking about how teachers seem to become millionaires more than one would think, but I haven't read that book in a long time. Okay, I guess just wanted to say that is true. Now, yeah, you can be in baby step 7 and not be a millionaire yet, but said close. And so, again, because they are made to contribute to retirement out of every check. They're made to do it. They have to do it. They don't have a choice if they want to be teachers. And private schools might be a little bit different on that, but that's public school. Teachers have to do that. Opening break 6433. How do you fix an error in a check register? You erase it or draw a line through it and put the right number in there? Maybe. Or you just turn the page and start with the right number? Let's see. I got the total money makeover and exercise number 44. It tells you to reconcile a check register. Okay. In my current register, I have a transaction for $22.90. Okay. In my bank, it processed as $24.50, probably because the company I'm paying to has it down for as euro dollars than American dollars. Okay. I have 10 transactions after this transaction in the check register. Okay, so if this is like something that you're not just downloading from your bank, if you are writing it down, you need to account for that when you're writing it down. How do you correct the mistake? If it's you writing it down, just draw a line through it and put the right thing. You know exactly what's going on there. So I don't know what the problem. I don't know what the thing is. Unless it's like this is like something a check register in every dollar, but I was not aware that had that in there. I can't find any people just say watch out for errors. It'll give you problems, but don't go into detail on how to fix the errors. I don't know that it has a check register in there. I don't recall that from when I used it. Anybody watching use every dollar? Does it have a check register in there? I mean, the check register for you kids that may not know, it is just a, oh, let's see. Let's go to images.google.com. Check register. Yeah. Was trying to look for one filled out. Yeah, so this is the old kind. Back in the day. This would be your check. It came with your checkbook. So this would like be on the upper part. You would slide the back card of a little book that has this part on it. You would slide that into the upper part of the plastic checkbook thing or vinyl. And then the other part you would push the checkbook in into, and so you would have free use of scrolling through those and pulling the pages down, turning the pages on both the checks and on the register part here. But this is it. So if you write the check for the cell phone, that's $159.21. That's too much. Change to Mint Mobile or Visible or one of the other discount ones. So that's too much. But you would do that, and you would have a balance over here on the right side that was your balance, and then you'd subtract it, the 159.21 from that, and then that would leave your current balance after you wrote the check. Now, a lot of people don't use that anymore. You can just go online every time you go to the store if you want to and check to make sure that it's right. And you can do that. My budget actually is just like this. It's on a spreadsheet though. I don't write it down. It is like a future check register. So it's like I know I'll have to pay for cell. Of course, I only do that $180 for the entire year to Mint Mobile. And so I put that in the month that it would be due. Like I just paid that like last month, I think. And so I would have that in there. So I would just cash flow it out of 1 month. Anything else? Any other expenses? Like the rent, the ones that are going to be the same per month, they're the same per month. And if there's something different, I add it in for different. Just add in a different line. And so that's my budget, and I enjoy that much better than my experience with every dollar. And so I do check it. I do check it against the bank, what the bank says, and make sure it's the right number all the time. Fun times. Where was that? Right there. That's the one. So as far as how you fix the error, if you're writing it down or typing it, you can just change the number yourself because you know what the problem is. It's not like you're just like Kevin from The Office, just using, what did he say that was? A Klebin is a number like that he just puts in to make it add up correctly. So, but yeah, if you're just writing it or it's your spreadsheet, you can do that. If it's in an app or something like that, I don't know what to tell you on that. I would imagine you could just change it though, again, or you could like start a new thing. That's also what you could do on the check register. Let's go back one more time so I can address that part. So basically, so if he had that problem, right, or she had that problem, and say it was to right here and everything matched up exactly as that's in the bank account, except that, and he knows exactly what it is, then whatever. None of the other stuff matters. Start with the balance that is correct and just put it right there and then go from there. So, yeah, but I don't know exactly what this person is talking about because, that's, again, you just mark it out. If it's in ink, if it's in writing in pencil, you can just erase it and put the right number there. What up, Ellie? Get on the pallet, Ellie. Oh, neat echo, 3889. Did I tell you, Ellie? He told her to get on the pallet so much that one time he said, Ellie, and she said, I know, get on the effing pallet. Help. She couldn't swim, so she had to be on a pallet, and he pushed her. Spoiler alert, in the second game, she had learned how to swim. Help, side job, recommendations, I guess. This is a humiliating post. Asking for ideas on side jobs, not the most humiliating post I've seen. After working 3 years to get out of debt, I finally did it in 2023. Great. 2024 was a year of transition with me moving to a new city and taking a gamble. And this is not what we do. We do not do that. And then if your gamble, you lose on the gamble, whatever it was, by thinking you're going to, I'm going to get a job making more money at the new city, you might not. So you can't count on that. So if that happened and you don't make enough money to pay your bills, then what? Did that turn into debt? And that is a choice you made. You didn't have to do that. I have a few hundred in margin. Okay. So that's not negative at the end of the month. And obviously I need more. Yes. So you can move again. You can move back to your old city or another lower cost of living city if you would like. A licensed realtor. This was my gamble and I have success doing it. Just not in my current city. All right. Sorry, it's not guaranteed. Current job is stable, but I do have time for a side job. Great. Drive for a living now, but unfortunately I have a DUI within 7 years, so cannot do this. Okay. I drive for a living now. Apparently you don't do it if you can't do it. Illogical. That part is humiliating, should be. What are my best options? Ideally, if I could stay out of bartending or waiting tables, that would be ideal. Look for something else then. Look for something you would be interested in. Baby step 2, flair. Retail. Maybe something having to do if you can't sell houses, if you're not actually doing that, maybe something in regards to that. The cursor I saw on my monitor over here where I monitor the stream, it just like slid over like that all of a sudden, and I thought it was something crawling across the screen. That's why I looked startled. But yeah, there's tons of different things you can do, and if you're lucky, you can make it something that you're interested in. And 1 to 2K extra a month, it might depend on the hours and exactly what it is that you do. But I would look for maybe something in house selling, something like that. Something like you can be like an assistant or something like that, or there's something like for house inspections or something like that. Librarian still. Okay. What else would you be? Pro versus con every dollar. What are the pros and cons of every dollar? What are the pros and cons of the paid version? Paid version lets you, as far as I know, the only difference is the paid version lets you connect your bank to it, so you don't have to enter in the transactions by hand. I would think that it would be a pro to not have the paid version, to not have it do that. Even if you do have the paid version, don't have it do that. You write them down. If you write them down every single transaction, every single time you do a transaction, then you will have more of an idea what happens to your money. And so that would be great in my opinion. But so that's why I wouldn't do that. I would just write down all the expenses myself, or put those, or enter those into the app. Just looking for a real well written review from a real person. Okay, I don't know where one of those would be. They might be on the App Store where you download the app. Aren't there normally reviews? Looking at the time. Mexican restaurant with the boy. He's a man now, adult. Um, let's see, doing that right after the stream. Yeah. So I can't really say anything else about that. Anything, if whatever it does helps you stay on budget and helps you complete the baby steps, then it's worth every cent for the paid version, obviously. But you might be able to do this without doing that. I'm doing it without any version of every dollar and have no problem doing it. Bry Guy, spending money to make money. That is a nay. Mostly. There's definitely a no if you have to borrow it. So no student loans, no business loans, none of that bull crap. That's a no, no, no. So yeah, you don't do that. So what you would do is you would, I mean, you normally have to have another job while you are starting a new company. Like you started your own tree company, you probably, to do it right, you have to work somewhere else first, unless you immediately have so much business you don't have to work anywhere. Own tree company and a YouTube channel, those could go together, because you could you could say, here's what this tree is, and this is what we're going to do to this, and make this go. And so that, that probably works well together. That's probably great. I already have a lot of tree equipment, but need various things for making videos, camera, video editing, software, etc. If you make money from the tree company, you can put it back in, but granted, you're not receiving a salary at that point. You are putting it all back into the business, maybe. If you have enough to pay yourself, any employees, if you have any, and pay all your bills and stuff, and you have extra, then put it back in the business. Sure, do that. I'm trying to make as good of videos as I can. That is not the video editing software or the camera generally. That's going to be on the person doing the editing and the person filming. Let's see. I can in one take, so I don't have to edit them. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But it's getting to the point where, so you just got to do it live, unless you do it live like I do. That's why I prefer to do a live stream. That way you don't have to fix anything. Awesome. Let's see. But getting to the point where the videos would be hours long, right? And so that's what you got to edit. But at most, if you don't make a bunch of mistakes, like while talking, like I just did, by repeating words, or saying every 3 seconds, if you don't do that, then maybe you only have to cut, like do long cuts, like only maybe do a cut after 10 minutes, and then where you get to the next spot while you're setting up to show the next interesting thing. Let's see. I feel like I'm spending too much money just to try to start a side hustle. Anybody else have this feeling? Yeah, I do. That's what I was saying. It has to be a fine line. It has to be money that comes from, it has to be extra money. And you would be having another job theoretically. If you're not doing that, you have to have enough to pay yourself, to pay your expenses, and also keep the business afloat as well. And then third of that would be where you would put like, you should have retained earnings, which is a business emergency fund. But also, you can put the money into that. Now, if you're on baby step 2, not advised, not the right time to start a business. That's going to cost money unless it's just you going out with a lawnmower and cutting grass, that kind of thing. And that's all that is involved in that. You don't have to get a 0-turn mower or none of that bull crap. Everybody's dumb that goes out and does that. Let's see. So yeah, so that's what. If anybody else had this feeling, yeah, and because you're doing the wrong thing with it, because you should be applying it to the baby steps, or first your expenses every month for sure, to make sure it can cover the 4 walls, and then the baby steps. And so you're not doing that on baby steps 1, 2, and 3. You're not doing that. Working extra, yes. Putting money elsewhere other than to baby steps 2 and 3, nay. So that's my thinking on that. Don't know the person's. I would get a lot more details if I were actually coaching this person. Oh, let's see. Sid Doggo demanded a walko. So Sid is Lado, but she's Hero. I did the last 2 O's on that. She only did 2 of them. Paid version also does insights, okay? She's talking about every dollar. Secondary homes, investment properties are recommended to be 100% purchased in cash. True. Primary home would be your work. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know where the home and properties thing is, unless somebody's typing in the chat that I can't see. Sid says the property you are considering is one you will not live in, therefore it counts as a secondary home at best. Yep. And you are planning to rent it, so it's actually an investment property. That's correct. And you do not do that except with completely in cash. So I'm assuming a troll that I blocked. Yeah, probably. Okay. Cool. So, and of course, the troll's trying to do it wrong, of course. And probably already knows, likely already knows doing it wrong. Safe Cryptographer, 17. Tell me some of your line items. Oh, what do I have? Let's see if I have anything out of the ordinary. Not really. What's important to you? What unlocked the budget for you? My first example would be laundry. Okay, spend $35 every 4 to 6 weeks on coin for the machines in my building. This was previously spent from miscellaneous. My second example is spa, which I add to the budget every other month for a $45 thermal experience. Okay, all right. So nothing like that. I have tonight's Mexican feast with my son as a line item in the budget. Do I have any other things other than just like food? Mine's very simple because I have adult children and I rent and live alone, so I don't have many like multiple things going on like somebody that still had kids living with them, or let's see, I'm trying to think. What I was gonna say was, yeah, so I don't do that, and I pay less than $35 extra every 4 to 6 weeks. I pay less than that to have one in my apartment. And that's what that's what I do first. That's my first 2 important things when I look for a new apartment. 1, what's the internet speed like? Has to be good. 2, an in-unit washer and dryer. I don't want to go out into the world and have to do laundry and sit there and wait for it to be done. Because I could be doing videos or something like that while I'm waiting for my laundry to get done here at the crib. Um, and I don't need mine to be in some other person's machine that they've had their clothes in. I don't need that kind of clothes fraternization. And so that's one of the splurge things that I do is I do that instead, but it's less than what this person is spending. Granted, maybe not single, maybe married, maybe that's laundry for the whole family, and I get it, but mine is not that. I do not do spa or $45 thermal experience. Trying to think what I would have. I have like game subscriptions, like EA. I have that. That I pay for once a year, but that's only a line item in that particular month. But other than that, it's the boring stuff like rent and food. I just have a food, the same category of with fast food and grocery food, except in the case of where it's going to be $50 for two of us plus tip in the at the Mexican restaurant, and we only do that once a month, and we just started doing that since I got back to the Ohio because our favorite restaurant, Mexican restaurant, closed unfortunately during the pandy and did not reopen. Sad times. Line item sit as internet and cell phone in a fifth wall category. That is, yes, that is. I don't have any problem with that. That's not one of Dave's things, but everything is on the internet these days, and you want to stay in contact with people, and so that's worth it. You don't get $1,000 iPhone and you're not paying hundreds of dollars a month for your freaking cell phone plan. You don't do that. You get a cheap phone, get it from Amazon, pay for cash in full, and then you get the service again from Mint Mobile or Visible or I can't remember that other one that I heard about the other day, but there's several other ones. Purple Whisker, how to solve my income problem. You work more and spend less. Going out. No, we'll read it. We'll read the whole thing. And it's got dots on it, of course. Sid, I thought 4 years. You think longer than that since it's been the Dave Ramsey show? And just been the Ramsey show? Yes, it can technically survive without internet and cell phone, but it's pretty important. Agree. I have not advised anybody to not have internet at all and not have no cell phones at all. I do tell them to, kick the thing down. If your cable is doing your internet, you don't need the cable TV with it. That kind of thing. So because that is how they get you. Okay, this person, who is this? This is Purple Whisker. How to solve my income problem. Love watching the Dave Ramsey segments, but I'm too nervous to call. Oh, thanks to the guy I blocked for watching. Much appreciated for you insisting on putting money in my pocket. Thank you so very much. I'm fine with troll super chats as well. So knock yourself out. I have gotten those. That was awesome. Not as many as Dave gets, but that was awesome still. Too nervous to call in. Okay, that does happen. Worst thing he can do to you is yell at you. And if he's yelling at you, you probably need to be yelled at. Hoping others who follow him can give me similar advice as an unbiased third party. Well, the problem is I am biased because I've done this stuff, and so I know it's the best thing that you can do to make yourself better off financially. So other than that, I'm not like, for example, I get in little small ways I might do my own thing. like, again, not having a problem with cheap cell phone service and a cheap phone and cheap internet without cable TV attached to it, that kind of thing. So, and that's not included in his walls. And so, but that's about as off the reservation as I get, I think. I just graduated from college in civil engineering and worked while in school. Okay, where's the big money? Civil engineering, that would seem to make a lot of money. More than a lot of us, I'm sure. Let's see, I have an offer as a civil engineer making $75K a year in a middle cost of living medium cost of living city. Okay, great. Take it. And, that might be the start, and you can eventually make more money. Current job pays 85 per year in a high cost of living city. But is the $10,000, is it $10,000 more of living? If it's $10,000 more of living in the high cost of living city, then it's a wash. After taxes, the income is about the same. Oh, I see. The net's about the same. What? How's that possible? Oh, many more taxes in the city tax, I guess, is hitting you extra then. So yeah, I would go with the middle one then, probably. Let's see. My current job, my income will increase by about 10% each year consistently, but the work is niche. As a civil engineer, it will increase by about 5% each year, then 10% in 2 years, and another 20% after 4 years. I'll then be licensed to drive, licensed to engineer, and have a high income potential / demand ranging from 110 to 150K plus over the next 5 years. Okay. Baby step 2, and aggressively paying down debt. Great. For my recent raise, I mistakenly racked up a lot of credit card debt that I'm working to pay down. Mistakenly did it. All right. Did it. Realizes it was a mistake. That's all they're admitting to. Just a mistake. It wasn't stupid. I would say I was stupid when I racked up credit card debt. Right now, balances are 33 in credit card, $5,000 car loan, 30K in student loans. Okay, the car being 5K, you probably want to pay that off. Meaning keep the car. Probably no need to sell that car unless it's worth a whole bunch more than 5K. I'm just paying minimums on the student loans and car loan until I pay off the credit cards. You're doing it wrong. So, how do you solve your income problem? That wasn't the question, but you're doing it wrong. Debt snowball is smallest to largest. That means you would pay off that $5,000 car loan first. Based on my debt and two income pathways, do you have any recommendations to pay it off quickly? Yeah, how you pay things off quickly is you don't spend money on anything else. And you paying off the car loan before you pay off the credit. Well, if you have any credit cards, individual credit cards that are less than 5, you would pay off those first. It's pay off the small ones first, always. That's always it, because then you free up that payment. You also, by getting more wins faster, are more likely to stay with the program instead of jumping off. So that would be the recommendations. Pay it off quickly. Yeah, work more. Get a side job, doing something. Including if one of the jobs would be more beneficial. It's probably a wash, so I would probably stay where you think you'd like it best. There, maybe. But, I mean, overall, I think you might benefit from the medium cost of living city, since after taxes income is the same. If the income was higher in the higher cost of living city after taxes, then I might possibly go there. So I mean, you're gonna nickel and dime about and you don't even know. You said by about 10% consistent each year consistently. So you don't even know. So that's 10%. It doesn't matter if the work is niche. If you constantly will get that, if that's your salary and it's not piece good work, where you might not have work sometimes, as long as you have work and you get paid constantly, then it doesn't matter if it's niche. Let's see. As a civil engineer, oh, you're not civil engineering now. Yeah, and that is, it doesn't say what he does right now, or she. Um, so yeah, doesn't say what the person does right now. So I get it. You might want to use your degree, and if you want to do that, that might be worth it enough for you to do that. You could also, hey, guess what? You could also look in the medium cost of living city. Oh, oh no, oh, that's what he did. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would move. I would definitely move. Do it. Unless you really like where you are. But it doesn't say that the current job in the high cost of living city is civil engineer. So if you want to actually use your degree and do that, then it might be worth the extra. Well, no, it wouldn't be worth extra. So yeah, so if you want to do that, definitely. But if you like where you are now and don't care about using your degree, if it's not, see, you don't give enough information here on this. You can do that. You could go the baby steps route where you're being gazelle intense and you will do whatever has you putting the most money towards debt, which might be to go to the medium cost of living, since things should be cheaper there and your net income is about the same. Let's see, two income pathways. Yeah, I'm not basing my life on this pathway. 5% each year, then 10% in 2 years, and another in 20 in 4 years. I mean, I get it. If you want to get into your degree field, if you want to do that, fine. But you should have pointed that out. That would have been a good thing to point out in the question here. Including if one of the jobs would be more beneficial. We don't know. Always in motion is the future. Edit. Oh, I have no kids. Also, the debt was not an accident. True. Stupid choice. There we go. I made another also, and now you're making a choice to be better. Great. I have a strict budget now, sold nearly everything, and downsized every part of my life. This was a hard lesson to learn, and if you want to work in your degree field and leave, also, you could cut the high cost of living city out of your budget as well and do that. So that would be more the idea, but this one I'm gonna put on you. This person would have to decide it, and if it's just poorly worded, and he's also doing civil engineering job now in the higher cost of living city, then I would definitely think about taking the job in the medium cost of living, since its net income is more. Or they're about the same, actually, even though the salary is more. Salary's more in the high cost of living city. Alrighty, fun times. That was a fun one. But yeah, didn't really ask, didn't really give the right information. See if this one's any better. Another engineer, so maybe they can't communicate very well. You can do plans, but they can't communicate very well. Chaotic neutral 87 jobs prospects question. I am a federal employee with the Department of Defense as an engineer. Is a stable job with a paycheck. In a stable job. Okay. All right. My side gig is as a captain in the Army National Guard. Last month, the National Guard Bureau reached out to me with a full-time position in DC, our nation's capital. Go Commanders. Playoffs. If I take the position, one more game to play, though, at Dallas. Got to win it to keep the 6th seed. Otherwise, we'd go to the 7th seed, but still would be in the playoffs. I would take a pay cut for 7-ish years, but then I would be making more in the Army position, and I would be able to retire 9 years earlier, 53, than if staying in the federal position. If you're on baby step 2, I'm not doing that. Oh, let's see. Additionally, my retirement would be in similar value if stayed in the federal position. Finally, I would also sell my house, effectively putting my family in baby step 7. Well, then what are you going to do for a house in DC? The DMV is no joke for real estate, dog. And that would be DC. That would be DC. Maryland and Virginia. That section there around Washington D.C. is no joke for real estate. So you might not be able to affect unless they're going to pay for all you and your families housing. If you get free housing with that, then yeah, you might want to think about that. But D.C. might be more cost of living as well. So again, it's going to come down to that. But you're talking about it would be put you in baby step 7. I got to know what baby step you're in now. I'm going to keep you in the higher paying job if you are. And again, that would have to be a higher income net too, not like the last person. That does matter. And again, you got to consider it's going to be higher cost of living in your DC. But you could you can probably get the Commanders season tickets. Probably still available. Might, sometime next year maybe, might not be. Time is it? Alrighty. Sid has been in chat since 2019, so I'm approaching 6 years now. Right. Do you remember when it changed from the Dave Ramsey show? Is that going to be more like 5 years now since they made that change? Let's see. Sid, which is our career, had that clear of an income path. Yeah, I mean, and they, when they start putting that in there, I don't ever see, and it could possibly be, that normally is not on there. It's going to be this, and it's going to be this, and then in this year, this. You never know what's going to happen. Sid agrees with me. If a family decision. Okay, yep. I mean, at least spouse. Kids don't really get a vote. But yeah, at least spouse. She might have been talking about the other person. The income that is in a high cost of living city now and might move to a medium cost of living city. She doesn't remember when they dropped the Dave. It was such a nothing burger. Only 6 years, Ellie. Yeah, Ellie, for some of us, that's not that big a chunk of time. That's, I mean, you feel it more the older you get, sure, in some ways, but not in all. All right, gonna bounce out. It's 6:25. YouTube.com/CoachSteveMoney. Scroll past the Oak Island playlist. You'll see the Dave Ramsey Show, Aftershow show. I'll be taking that Dave off of there sometime since it has to be almost 5 years, if not over 5 years, that he's taken Dave off of the show. And it's just the Ramsey Show because they have other people on it now. They're the personalities. Ramsey Show, Aftershow show playlist, answering your financial questions playlist, and the music playlist. Has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs in there. Once again, I am Coach Steve Money. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And if you, yes, you, have money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a free, yes, free financial coaching consultation with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Links in the ticker below and in the description. You can email me about anything you'd like. coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Donations can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alternatively, the CashApp at $Coach Steve Money. Alternatively, again, a Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Of course, super chats and super stickers on live streams and on pre-recorded videos. It's called Super Thanks. Upcoming streams Monday through Friday until until further notice. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show, approximately 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's when the Ramsey Show leaves the YouTube, and the last hour is exclusively on the Ramsey Network app. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Happy New Year. Apparently, according to Ken, we can only say it a few more days. You can only say it a week, he says. That's Ken for you, though. I'm gonna go get Mexican food with my son. Everybody have a wonderful night, and of course, make smart financial decisions every day.